Hey there, good looking. Welcome to this full body workout that will guarantee some muscle burn and some muscle growth. Listen, we're doing power training today so that you continue to age strong. For equipment, I'd love for you to have a long TheraBand for our warm-up, and then you'll also need a chair or bench, and then dumbbells that you consider are light and moderate. For reference, I have 8s and 12s. So when we work power training, we typically want to bring the dumbbells down a bit because we are working with speed. So you're going to want to grab a little lighter weight. Now you'll also want to stick around to the end. I've got a great core finisher. Now heads up, you may hear me reference the Muscle Hustle Challenge in this workout because this workout is actually part of a longer series on my platform Over 50 Fitness. So if you'd like to try the whole challenge, hey, I've got a link down below for a free trial and you can come give us a test drive. All right, let's go get warmed up. All right, before we get started, if you'd like to track your fitness with your watch, hey, press start now. For reference, I chose the HIIT setting on my Apple Watch. All right, let's get down on all fours and we'll warm up the spine a little bit and then we'll come back into a stand, okay? Wrists under shoulders, knees apart underneath the hips. Let the low back sag, head looks up. Now press the ground and curve the back. So if you have osteoporosis, you're just going to limit your range of motion. You won't go to end range on either the extension here or the flexion, but you'll still maintain this movement. You don't want to keep your back rigid. It still needs to move. Breathe with the pattern here. 2 more. Last one. Neutral spine, left hand light behind the ear. Bring that elbow towards the right elbow and then rotate, look up, getting into the shoulder and T-spine. Forgot to mention in the intro, sorry, I'm in my bare feet today. Today's a great workout to do in your bare feet. It'll help give you some more support and balance. Last 2. So if you'd like to push pause and let those tootsies loose, go for it. Release the hand, other hand. Elbow touches inside of left now and rotate up. Two more. Last one. Excellent. Come up into a stand. Grab that piece of TheraBand I asked you to have. Get into the rotator cuff. Want you to anchor it on this hip. Pull the band apart. Bring it behind you and come back up. So sword and pocket, this is called, and again, we've always giggled about this in the past about how it's a little dated in the name, but we're working the posterior cuff of the shoulder. So pinky going to the wall behind you. Keep yourself squared to me and walk your hands closer to the tubing if you're not feeling a lot of work in the shoulder, in the back of the shoulder. Last 2. All right, anchor there. Again, the closer your hands are, the more challenging the exercise is, but I want you to remember that this is the warm-up, okay? So I have a feeling this band is going to break on me any day. It's been with me for a while, and they don't last forever. 4 more. Last one. Excellent. Get the hands wide. Bring them above the head, making the letter V. Pull the shoulders into the back pocket. Feet apart. Squat. Drive to stand. Keep your collarbones towards me. Knees are tracking with the toes. If you're in bare feet like me, you can take a peek. Make sure they're tracking with that second toe of yours. And then you sink it down however deep it feels comfortable for you. Three more. Last one. Woo, upper back getting a little toasty. Yeah, me too. All right, bring the band away. Step back into a lunge and then feet back to hip width. So we're stepping back with the lunge, and then if you feel comfortable, and get that knee to the ground, perfect. Now for my people that don't have osteoporosis, I want you to twist towards that front knee. Last 4. One more. Excellent. Give me a heel raise here, warming up into the lower leg. We do have a couple of exercises where there'll be impact, where there's a bit of a jump, but I'll show you workarounds if you don't like jumping. Regardless, everybody needs to warm up into the feet and calves. Last 2. Last 1. Whew. All right, now we're going to use our chair bench and our moderate weight dumbbells. We're starting out with a clean, and then we step up. So a clean is a hip hinge pattern, and we're using the power of the hinge to get the dumbbells up, and then I want you to step forward to that step in front of you. If you're not interested in that, you will just stick with the clean. No step, okay? Ready? Hinge, hop. Good, now the other leg. Hinge, hop. Hinge. So it's not a bicep curl. We are using speed here to get the dumbbells up, and that speed starts through the hips. We're adding this big step up to work into the lower body. Get some mobility into the hips. Last few reps here. Today's workout, we have 40 seconds of work. One more. Beautiful. All right. My beginners, no dumbbells. Everybody else, keep those dumbbells. I want you to have a seat for me. Now I'm going to be doing a jump squat. You can also do a squat heel lift. So let's start with that, okay? 3, 2, 1. Drive up, come up off the heels, have a seat. Perfect. Now if you want to up the intensity a bit, drive and then reset. So we're not going really fast trying to get as many jump squats as we can in. We are resetting, pacing ourselves because a weighted jump squat is no joke. And we are lowering down slowly. Use your feet to press right off your ground. Time. All right. If you put your dumbbells down, we need them again. We're going to do that dumbbell clean to step up again. So it's 2 rounds of everything, and then we move on. Standing in front of our chair or bench. Feet hip width. Give me that hinge. Clean the dumbbells, then step it up. Hinge. Now listen, this is definitely an athletic, complex move. So if you're struggling, don't worry about it. You will get it. The more you teach your body these sort of movement patterns, the more it remembers. It's actually called muscle memory. So, this is also great for the brain if this is a brand new thing you're learning. We now know dancing, new types of exercise helps rewire the brain. Time. All right, dumbbells are optional. I'm not going to be bossy. If it was too much last round, let them go. Everybody's going to come and have a seat. We'll start with those heel lifts again, and then if you want to join me, you can add the jump. First, shoulders back and down. Brace through the abs. Now let's sit up and do a heel lift. Good. Now I'm going to start the jump if you want to add the jump with me. And then I reset. Looking straight ahead. I like to pick my feet up a bit. I find that this kind of rocking motion helps. If you want to be really strict with yourself, don't do that. Moving on after this. All right, great job, you. We're going to continue with the chair, and then I want you to, also grab on, where am I going to put it for you to see me? I'll put it there. Also grab your lighter dumbbells. We have a top-down shoulder press, so have a seat for me. Feet firmly planted. Brace those abs. Straighten the arms. Keep them up. Now just lower down. And then the other. If this isn't working for your shoulders, then do a bicep curl. Top down bicep curl. All right, I've always got options for you. So we've lowered our weight because we are in constant tension by starting at the top and lowering. Feeling it in the shoulders, upper back, triceps. Remembering that we have really good posture here, nice and tall in the spine. Think about lengthening. There's a string in the top of that head and someone's pulling that string and you are stacking that vertebrae. All right, grab one heavy. Forgot to mention, if you have a kettlebell, hey, and it's close by, grab that. Holding on to it on the end like this, working into our power for our hips again. Give me a slight bend of the knees and then hips. Push the hips forward, but maintain neutral spine. So we're not jamming the back like so. We're back to center. So if you're one of those ones that like, oh gosh, this one always hurts my back, I want you to make sure that you aren't leaning back. So pretend you have a wall behind you and you're coming up, right, just to that back of the head against the wall, not driving it through the wall. We use the hips to get it up there. Elbows are soft. Slight bend of the knee, not a big squat here. And then that dumbbell or kettlebell stays high in the hip pocket. Feet are wide. 3, 2, 1, release. All right, so we're gonna do this one more time. I'm gonna grab a quick sip of water. So we're gonna have a seat and do top down shoulder press. Or maybe you opted for the bicep curl. Brace those abs, feet planted. Nice and tall in the spine. Again, someone's pulling that string. We're just a puppet and we are being lifted up. So think about getting taller. Breathe out as you press the hand up. That's the hard. Drive that belly button in, giving that bracing motion, that transverse abdominis, getting that fired up, release. All right, grab your kettlebell or your heavy dumbbell. Feet are wide. Again, mine are wider than my mat or about mat width. Toes are going to turn out. Hold on to the end of the dumbbell like so. Swing it through, hip it up. So, coming just to neutral spine. I definitely have my glutes engaged. I'm squeezing them and they're being used and helping to get this bell up to shoulder height. So this is a classic power exercise. Speed and strength here. Working the powerhouse glutes here. All right, time. Grab one heavy, so pretty much just stay with that dumbbell. Moving into unilateral training, which is super functional. We have a dumbbell split snatch to a one-leg deadlift curl. I know, right? So I want you just to mirror me. Dumbbell in this hand. Now we're going to jump the leg back and power up. Let's do that again. Jump it back, power up. So it's a hang clean, and then we go up. A little bit of hip action right there. Good, not a big lunge. It's a split stance. The next set, we'll do the other arm. And then we step the legs back and reset. A couple more here. One more. Beautiful. Keep the dumbbell in this hand for me. Mirror me and lift this leg up. Find your balance. Focus on something stationary. Now hinging through the hip, let's take it into a one-leg deadlift. All right, so softness in that working leg. Here we go. Come down. Good. Now, can you stay on the one leg and now do a bicep curl? Yeah, give it a try. If not, right, we've got that option. We can kickstand down anytime. We got that leg. It's not dead. It's still there. Whoops. Did the bicep curl at the bottom of my deadlift. So, anytime you need to kickstand down. You're going to feel a lot of load, right, on this leg here. Time. Yeah, your left leg should be burning a bit. All right, let's place the dumbbell in this hand. Tighten up the fist. That's going to help us give a little bit more core action. We are going to snatch the dumbbell up. All right, and split our stance. Feet hip width. Brace those abs. Breathe. Reset each time. So it's like you're zipping up a jacket and then the dumbbell comes up. So it's right in my center here. Perfect. This is also done with the barbell. Having a hard time with my balance. Over 50 Fitness people, remember you have that power training tutorial series that you can refer to. Practice with Megan if you're having a hard time with this. Last one. Nice. No more of those. All right. So we're going to now lift this side. Understand that your balance on each side could be quite different. So you have that option. We can kick down this leg anytime. Bend the leg. We start with the deadlift. Let's go down. We come up. We curl. This is where being in bare feet is really beneficial. It's going to help you find your balance better. It's also going to train the little muscles in our feet that weaken as we age due to all those comfy shoes that we put them in. Now, I'm not against shoes. I love my shoes, but every so often working out in bare feet really does help improve your feet. All right, we're moving into a lateral lunge and press. So I want you to grab that lighter dumbbell, and it's just one. Now we're going to start with a step out, and then I'm going to add a jump out. So we're going in this direction. Dumbbell is here. I want you to step out and press the dumbbell to me and come in. Step out, press. Good. So make sure you press. You're hinging through the hips. Now you can jump it out. So we have balance. We're having to decelerate our body right there. Little exhale right here. Or continue stepping it out. Now I want you to stay with this leg up. And let's place the dumbbell in this hand. So you simply mirror me. Your right foot's going to be up when we start. We're going to do some shoulder work on this side. Pull yourself up. Again, we're on a puppet on that string, making ourselves taller. Lift the leg, knowing we can kickstand anytime. Bend the elbow at 90. Give me a side lateral raise. Now straighten the arm a bit and give me a front. Bend the elbow. So it's not a big bend. It's not 90 degrees. But there is a bend in my elbow from my side, and then I pretend that I have a string on the outside of my elbow. Woo! All right, we're going to do the other side now. Leaving some room to this side of your body now. Dumbbells up here. Once again, we'll start out with stepping out, and then I'll add the hop out if you're interested. So give me a step and press the dumbbell to me. Keep that form. Good. Now, if you'd like, knee up. Drive back to knee up. Shoulders back and down. So, challenging our balance in so many ways with this one. One, obviously standing on one leg, and then two, as that weight goes away from the body, is pulling us. So we have to hold ourselves. Kicks down that leg anytime you need to. Just looks like that. Beautiful. Now we're going to keep this leg up. Place the dumbbell on this hand now. When the timer goes, we'll do those lateral raises with your right arm. So spread the feet, really grip the mat there. Lift up, bend the elbow slightly. Think of a string on the outside of this elbow and lead with the elbow. And now go front. Good. Side, front. So our last move, we'll grab some water and move into our core finisher. You guys are doing brilliantly. My muscle hustle challengers, day 9, baby. Woo! Woo! All right, shake out that leg, right? All right, grab a quick sip of water, not a big gulp, never feels nice doing abs with a lot of water in the stomach. And like I said, we're gonna move into that core finisher. All right, once you finish that sip, I want you to make it down onto the mat. We have 5 exercises, 40 seconds of work, and no repeats. Yay! We're going to start with a plank motion. There's only one exercise that isn't recommended for osteoporosis, and I'll talk you through an alternative when we get there. We're starting with a plank. We can be on the knees to modify it or off the toes, and then we're adding a reach so that we offset our body weight and challenge our shoulders and our core a bit more. So let's get elbows on ground, knees or toes, and now reach and tap the ground in front of you. If you're on the toes, let's get the feet apart so we don't shift too much through the hips. Breathe. "40-second plank's a long time, isn't it?" I'm with you. Good job. We only do this all once. One more. All right. Dead bug. Dumbbells are optional. If you choose the dumbbells, I want you to grab the light pair that you have. Legs in tabletop, arms up. Draw the belly button in, maintain that neutral spine, and we're going to keep that muscle contraction in the core. As we lower opposite limbs down, we want to keep that low back neutral. It's not going to pull off the ground. Breathe. Good. Dumbbell people, hey, don't let those arms just drop. Resist it. Just looking here, my dumbbells are looking kind of beat up. That's definitely a sign they're used, right? All right, on all fours, wrists under shoulders, knees apart and under the hips. We have a bird dog, which is such a great exercise for our back extensors, but I want to add a bit of a twist to it. Not literally a twist, but let's get set up. Wrists under shoulders, knees apart and underneath the hips. Now extend one arm and the opposite leg, thumb up on that arm. Good, now I want you to think about bringing the arm and leg out laterally, like a windshield wiper, and then back to center, and then release. Other side. So again, we're adding movement here, which is going to challenge our balance and our core more. So windshield wiper normal, or bird dog normal, and then add kind of a half a windshield wiper. And yeah, you got to get your mind into this, that both the upper and the lower body are moving. Then we go back to knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. Last couple of reps. All right, moving into that exercise I mentioned that isn't great for people with osteoporosis. So I want you to go back to the dead bug. Perhaps try it unweighted. See if you can feel the difference. Those of you that can, flex and twist, hands light behind the ears, legs up. Exhale, bicycle crunch. So do not do this if you have osteoporosis. We do not want you flexing in the spine. Sets you up for a risk for a fracture. So dead bug it, and you will still get that core trained. Last few reps. One more. Woo! All right, last exercise. I want you to grab that light dumbbell and place it in front of you. On the knees is easier. We're going to go back into that plank, and this time press the dumbbell away and then pull it back in with one arm and then press it away with the other arm. So knees, if you'd like to start there and see how that feels. Be close to your dumbbell so you can press and pull. Press and pull. So you don't want the dumbbell too far away. So you want to be able to extend the arm. Now, if you don't have a flooring that allows you to do this, slide the dumbbell, don't worry about it. Go back to the reach that we did earlier. Last couple of reps. Woo! And whew, that feels good, doesn't it, when it's over? All right, in a modified Sphinx, drop the hips, elbows under shoulders, stretch the abs, extend through the spine. Shoulders away from the earlobes. Press yourself back on your heels. Maybe you like the big toes together and the knees open. Forehead to mat if you can, and walk the hands towards the top of your mat. Come on up. Oh, hello. Onto your knees. Excuse me, sir. One leg in front. Get into a hip flexor stretch. Ooh, gross. Don't lick my toes. Gosh, I hate that. That just like instant creep and yuck. Lie down. Someone's bored. Lie down. This is Max if you haven't met Max. At time of recording, he just turned 1. Thank you. Stay there. No, leave my toes alone. All right, we're going this way. I want you to press the hip forward. Tighten up that glute. Reach up. Think about pulling the rib away from the hip. Don't touch my feet. And then if you don't have osteoporosis, you can add a bit of a lean. Hey. Yeah, he's bored. So my only use in this house, feed him and entertain him. Pull back on that front leg, hinge forward. All right, you guys keep holding that hamstring stretch. Come on, big guy, let's go. Good boy, yeah. Bye-bye. Things are just going a little crazy there. This is the way we roll here. Push your hips back. He's now outside barking. He's not happy with me. Now, if you have tight hamstrings, like I do, you might want to grab those dumbbells and build your ground up. I find that this is just so much more comfortable. We can also double up the mat too if the knee's not loving this pressure, or go on your back and bring your leg up in the air for a traditional hamstring stretch. I wonder how long Max was sitting off camera, just wanting to be here so badly. He was a good boy for a while there, wasn't he? And for about 28 minutes. All right. I want you to get into that hip flexor stretch again. We're tightening up that back glute. Inhale the arm straight up. We're going to separate rib from hip. Stay there if you have osteoporosis. Otherwise, let's add that deep lateral bend here. Sit your bum back. Maybe you've built your ground up. Kick your heel forward more, toes up to your ceiling. If you're in bare feet like now, like me, maybe making a mental note to book a pedicure. Release. There we go. We did it. Thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to reading the comments down below, and have a fabulous rest of your day. Hey, we'll see you next workout. Bye.